Happy days, grab your popcorn, it's time for some FACEIT League. We are halfway through week 7. We have essentially a week and a half left of games. By default, this is the first match of the week here for Master Division as we're getting in. They tend to play default on Wednesday and Friday, so everybody should have 4 games left. You know, we got a few makeup games here and there, but we're either way getting down to the very tail end of our regular season here for Season 7. A lot on the line here for the end of the season. Top 8 will make playoffs. Top 6 guaranteed a spot in Master Division for Season 8. You're going to directly qualify into Season 8. You can skip past the LCQ. And then, of course, top 4 out of playoffs will be granted a guaranteed spot into the OWCS qualifiers for Day 2, right into top 16 for a chance to make it into OWCS. So lots on the line here at the very end of the season. Let's not waste any time. We got 2 very high-end teams, 2 very talented teams, neither of which really playing meta here. Both of these teams kind of play by a little bit by their own flavor. Dreamlight playing a little bit more traditional style. MewThree playing a very anti-traditional style. I can't wait. I've been looking forward to this one. This one came by request as well. So hopefully you're looking forward to it as well. Let's get into it. Let's take a look. Dreamlight and MewThree both coming in at 3 losses apiece. Both are currently sitting, in 2nd and 3rd respectively. And these teams are fighting for, again, that top 4. If you make top 4, which by playoffs is making it to the lower bracket semifinals. If you can make it to the lower bracket semifinals, upper bracket finals would also be a guarantee as well. Top 4 make it into phase 2 of OWCS qualifiers. And so you really want to finish the season strong and get yourself a good seeding going into playoffs. So you're not having to face off against one of these top 4 teams out of, right out of the gate, or even in upper bracket semis. You'd rather end up like on the opposite side of the bracket from Arius, for example, right? So, really is a lot of the line here. MewThree currently showing in 2nd place because they have that extra game played. Oh, we are at top of the hour. Dreamlight is going to be your home team here today. We're going to get a Juno ban heading into Nepal. Interesting. We're going to get a cast ban out of MewThree. Just interesting we don't get the ball ban. Most teams do just ban the ball immediately. With Control being such a strong Wrecking Ball map. Just in general. You still have Escanor is rocking a streamer tag. That will be your hit skate here. We'll be at a streamer tag. Quick look at strength of schedule before we get into this. Dreamlight's 3 losses are to Gambit, Starbit, and Quasar. The Gambit loss is that's probably your most questionable loss, but you're the one team to beat Arius. Like, all that aside, the feather in your cap, you're the one team to beat Arius. And it wasn't even a map 5. So there's something that nobody else in the division can say. If you're Dreamlight, you have Yes and Harmony remaining after this game. MewThree also have Super Shy left. That's their only remaining game, will be their Friday match. So 2 more games left. This is actually even fewer games than I was thinking. Only 2 games left in the season here for MewThree. Only 3 games left for Dreamlight. Your MewThree losses are SRP check right out of the gate. Lost to Arius and also lost to Gambit. Gambit is, okay, I guess Gambit is 8-3. They have kind of surged back since catching back up in games. They lost, they were 3-3 at one point, and I think it kind of tarnished my perspective on them a little bit. But they have bounced back, haven't they? So, yeah, the top of this bracket is looking stacked. Even Super Shy has continued to put up dubs and is sitting 7-5. Wow, the end of this season is going to be crazy. You got 9 teams here basically fighting it out to see who gets top 8, top 6, top 4. They're all important. Let's get into map 1. We're going to kick things off on Nepal. It's kind of been the crowd favorite here of late. Dreamlight banned the Juno. MewThree will ban out the Cass. It's just one of the toughest counters to the GP Wrecking Ball, right? GP always seems to impress me with his Wrecking Ball play. One of my favorite Wrecking Balls to watch. And people, I got a question of what makes for a good Wrecking Ball. It can be very difficult to tell. And I think a lot of it is creativity, being unpredictable in your movement, and being able to stay in the flow of using your environment, staying dynamic, and being able to play with a little bit of room to play with, you still find value, or if you have a ton of room to roll in and out like we're seeing here, you still find value. Watch for GP to work up towards those mines as quick as possible. It would be a quick way to steal away the space that Dreamlight are trying to hunker down at. It is going to be Escanor opening things up with a good shot on a Rodfd to find first blood here in the match. Scraine doubles down, is going to go into the back line and pick up another one. Finds TommeX with the focusing beam, and we're going to get MewThree winning out first fight. Scraine playing against their old team here. I think of Scraine as coming from Dreamlight a couple seasons back. Ended up leaving that team back when we had the Anomaly squad, where they kind of made the All-Star squad and the team that had Crocs on it, right? So that's when Scraine left Dreamlight. And since obviously he joined this MewThree team, is now playing against the old team. Might have a little bit of insight. Of course, there have been some changes to the Dreamlight roster since then, so. Brightside and Escanor against Slow Dive. Yeah, let's go. Here for it. GP does build up those mines wicked fast. Holy cow. Doesn't need them in this fight. We also get the screen duplicate online. All right, dinner bell is ringing. And MewThree are looking to eat. Peekaboo trying to play off this coast side. At least a scouted goldenpants here. Oh, did not get that second blink recalled on time or generated in time. Had to recall out. Captive Sun out of Akka. You're able to catch Rodfd. Mines where he is through that as well, just to seal up the front door while all that was going on. So I've tried to pop an overclock in there. I didn't even see what happened with that. Now we're getting the Escanor OC right in front of the Dreamlight spawn. And God, MewThree are just pressing them down. And this is likely to be a 100-0 here, unless Peekaboo's able to make it to the point. Peekaboo actually makes the point and lands a stick onto Akka. Here comes the reinforcements, though. Get two out of the front door from TommeX and see if you can get anything done with it. Upon not going to be able to stay in mech. Just got melted. You had the ace answer for the rush. Now sound barrier out of Rodfd. Scraine's duplicate into the mix. Doesn't last very long. And ace will get found out. So Slow Dive and company actually finding a foothold here for the first time. The low screen gets traded. Slow Dive gets the pick. Escanor finds the kill just following, though, and ends up being one of two players left alive on point. Dreamlight made a fight out of it there at the very end, but alas, it does end up being a 100-0 to MewThree there to kick off the series. Sing Sunday, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Very kind of thing to say.
Five, four, three, two, one. Round two. Capture the objective.
Okay, the teleport rollout to get MewThree down low. They're actually going to approach through kitchen here. Typical high ground rollout out of Dreamlight. No changes compositionally that I'm seeing here. I've been playing a lot of Yari myself recently, and keeping an eye on Aka's Yari. See how she navigates the hero. Playing distance, maybe try to follow up on some pile drives. GP's going to use all the cooldowns there. Oh, didn't quite get the roll there. They wanted to roll up the stairs. Didn't quite have enough length there on the grapple. Good boop. Was going to push GP back down to the low ground. Dreamlight is just going to slowly make their way to the point, but they've already given up first cap. So CentralApan quickly moves on to the objective to try to alleviate that. Catches scraine. The beautiful little volley. Dreamlight get control of the point for the first time here on Nepal. Escanor is Soj. Leo Cazel, I appreciate the follow. Wait, are Escanor and Brightside the same person? That could very well be. Gamers have so many names, you know. Here, I will double check for you right now. I don't... No, yeah, I didn't think so. You know, Brightside is on the bench right now. Escanor is your hit scan from MewThree. I started second guessing myself. All right, let's lock back in. Dreamlight in control, rolling, running golden pants out. Just a little poke and prod through kitchen. There's actually enough to build up mines here. OC out a slow dive. Just kind of go back to the point. Oh, Escanor snuck in and single-handedly flipped his point. That's not what you want to see here if you're a Dreamlight fan. You have to spin your sound barrier to try to come take it back. Scraine gonna add another tank and bulk of health pool for you to have to work through, particularly with this self-destruct now online. I'm gonna try to keep the chat in English just because I have no way of modding Arabic. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I do appreciate it though. Nothing, I don't trust y'all, but I just have to have some blanket rules for safety for everybody in chat. So if I can't mod it, unfortunately, that's not safe for everybody else. It's been a slow work for Dreamlight, trying to make their way back in. Hop on eventually trying to inch in through kitchen. This has been spotted. You gotta know the OC is available here from Escanor. Oh, CentralApan will get denied, or Remake here. Alright, you got Soundbarrier, you got Pulse, you gotta get the last fight here. Oh, Rodfd's gonna go down, but oh my goodness, Gucci's gonna fight too. The Pulse connects. And we've got ourselves a final fight here. Oh, but you need reinforcements. Oh, you needed them a little sooner than that. Dreamlight's still kind of playing in desperation mode. GP is going to slam down onto TommeX. No, no, no. You saw TommeX just swift step in immediately, just graded by a pile driver. And that is what, I mean, there you go. You want to have to make sure a good wrecking ball, that close range play, able to solidify that kill. In the corner, Opon drops a self-destruct. I don't know if they're going to make it back in the back. They will not. The MewThree will close it out here on Nepal. Felt like Dreamlight struggled to get in really to any ult cycles in there, and struggled to find value out of ultimates in there. I think what we only saw, well, I guess we saw 2 sound barriers. Oh, I missed the ban. Damn it. Oh, why did they make the information disappear? Why would you make the information disappear? All right, I'm guessing MewThree banned the Zarya here. I'll give you some stats there while we're getting loaded in. What stands out in the stat card? GP 20 and 1. Always a standout. Best wrecking ball in the West, if not in the world. Yeah, Dreamlight did ban the Vendetta. MewThree did ban the Zarya. That made sense. We've seen MewThree ban the Zarya is just kind of a make sure you don't have that tank counter to the Wrecking Ball. Particularly on Flashpoint. Zarya very strong. Where all the objectives, you know, you have to... A lot of the points themselves even, you know, are just kind of perfectly sized to be within reach of that Zarya beam. I was back at a list yesterday of tanks that I thought, you know, could be potential next ups to keep an eye on here in 2026. Both of these tanks, both goldenpants and CentralApan, are on that list. And I think given the right circumstances, could absolutely make it into OWCS here in 2026. Obviously, for GP, it would be if we got a Wrecking Ball meta. You know, if we got a hard, fast Wrecking Ball meta. But apparently, word on the campfires, GP did get scouted at one point by Smash. When Wrecking Ball was a little bit more prominent. And you can see, look how smooth. Does the wall jump to get the pile drive, then uses the grapple to go in and do a roll through. And just like that, JP's already got 20+%. I will say CentralApan's kind of doubling that. That's all right. Never mind that. That doesn't fit my narrative. Actually, GP got quite a bit of volt charge with that subsequent fall through. Does goldenpants have the highest elo? It depends on what you're talking about. Depends on what you mean, like FACEIT elo? Or are you talking about like in-game Overwatch SR? I'm not quite sure what you're meaning. Oh shoot, I owe you a Vendetta ban. The Zarya ban's accurate, I just forgot to put the Vendetta ban in. It really didn't change our comps at all, right? The only difference we've seen between Nepal and New Junk City is the Genji. Woo! Nice jumping headshot out of slow dive, catches Escanor. And even Sunstruck, they're able to survive through it. Look at the beautiful Suzu there out of TommeX. Actually, TommeX didn't have the Suzu. We saw the Sunstruck detonate, now that I'm thinking back on it. I figured the Suzu had to save him there. No, it was just good heals. Just good heals. You're able to keep him topped up so the Sunstruck doesn't do enough damage to get the final blow. It's alright, we're back. Yeah. Yeah, that's always exciting. Always good when OBS just randomly crashes on you. Sorry about that, friends. The Aura Blade out of scraine just to keep Dreamlight at bay. Opbot does make it onto the point. Gucci stuck at the outside. Does land another stick. God has been really good with the pulses today. Opbot able to get back in mech with the help of that self-destruct. And we've got ourselves a bit of a fight here. You get the Rodfd sound barrier and Dreamlight able to claim some space. Now they're not at full strength. They're still going to win this one out. Dreamlight's got to be careful. Can't afford to lose any more players here if we're able to stabilize. Mine's right over the objective just to buy some space. The Kitsu response and a quick death to GP. Sad hamster time. Oh, that's sad panda time. That's different. That's different, Gucci. Looking for those three in the back. We'll catch the carry. Nice follow-up there from goldenpants. Looking for the baby diva. You'll get it. Oh, nice headshot onto the tracer. Almost got the follow-up. The second blink gets him out of the way just in the nick of time. But beautiful fight here out of Aka. Will deliver the bomb flats. On over to MewThree. Tie us up here on New Junk City.
Next flashpoint, junkyard.
Oh, we're just going right next door. We're so back. We're so back. Oh, almost got it. There's the boop. Slowdive did not recover from that one. The second one got it done. First cap to MewThree here. All right. Up on, get him through the choke. Mines, ooh, trying to split that backline up a little bit. But it looks like everybody from Dreamlight was able to get through the main choke. Playing a dangerous game at the edge of the wall. Oh no, GP booped off. Oh, was able to use the pile drive. Kind of sneaks their way back on. They were in control the whole time. Sound barrier now in play. Slow dive with the nose C. Oh, they take it down. They were able to grab one with the ultimate before dying. Oh, that is a dangerous move. Rodfd just goes flying into the backline. We do get a brief swap here out of Dreamlight, but they've already lost two here. TommeX is low. GP's on the hunt. TommeX able to swift step out and finds Aka as they do. Gucci had to fall back for a little bit of heals. Buys time for Escanor to move on to the point. But Dreamlight are able to force them off before they can flip it. MewThree now sending, I mean, it's a 3-2 split with 3 going on that far side. Watch for Ace kind of move on, get this Kitsu onto the point. There we go. Tossed right on towards CentralApan. goldenpants trying to play in this. Play around this corner. A dangerous spot for a wrecking ball. Significant damage there. Slow dive ends up down. Let's say, look at TommeX had suffered enormous damage there as well. Ball so good. Yeah, that's a knockoff point. GP didn't quite get enough length on the grapple, so couldn't do the full spin on that. Either slow dive didn't like walk into it. One of the two things happened. %9 of the board. We're looking for a touch here. Ooh. Gucci and Rodfd find Ace out of the gate. It's up. There's no tank here for Dreamlight, so really up to Rodfd and Gucci kind of tiptoe on and off the point. You got no low wrecking ball. Couldn't even the odds here. GP down to, I mean, that was sub 30 health. And Aka with the peel, able to protect their tank in a turn of events. Captive side over the top looked like it caught at least 2. CentralApan makes it back onto the objective. Sound barrier for 2 out of Rodfd. Not ideal, but it might be just enough to keep Dreamlight in this. As I say that, Escanor is going to land a mean shot, getting the D-Mech. MewThree will take the point. There was also a pulse bomb out of scraine that also assisted in that D-Mech. We're headed to the Mighty Ducks. Huh? Huh? Alright. The Escanor OC for Battle of High Ground. Oh, the pile drive plus the overclock can be so dangerous. I mean, it is just a clay pigeon pull moment. It's actually Aka who got the final blow. Everybody was shooting into the pile drive targets. GP down low alongside scraine finds Apan. first Captain MewThree. Oh, the double tap. Just that little bit of additional damage. So good. So that is deceptively difficult to do. Where you get just enough momentum to get the fireball to do the damage, but you're able to stop yourself and create the double tap. Mine's in from GP up in this just little close quarters area. It just felt very claustrophobic there for a moment. We do get a response, and we also have an OC from Slowdive in play here. This has gotten a little deathmatchy messy outside of the ducks. Back inside. Opon was able to put no pressure down. We will get a flip. And Dreamlight stabilize here for a moment. Just a moment to breathe.
Keep it together. Vitamin D. That's what I need. Positioning healing
Little stall out on the side there. That was kind of cool.
self-destruct sequence.
80% on the board here for Dreamlight. It's their place so far back. You've got Captive Sun and Kitsu, and so that's Dreamlight know it. Trying to play back here. Aqua makes it into the back. Gets TommeX with that Captive Sun. Somehow gets in amidst all five. Battle moves down to the objective where you've got a lot of presence here from GP. I'm seeing more red jerseys than blue. Ball makes it back to the point. There's Ace not too far behind, but MewThree do not look to have the players to hold this point. Just don't have the numbers. And we are going to get a 2-2. We're headed to Refinery to see who takes the map. Look at this split. A very wide 3-2 split here out of MewThree, with escanor playing on the exact opposite side. GP, okay, GP and the other three have now rotated to more of a 90-degree split. Dreamlight able to hole up. escanor trying to punch through the 5-stack Dreamlight. Opon has managed to push out, try to clean some space there on the objective itself, but had to fall back. Got low. Slowdive trying to respond. Counterpunch with their own overclock. Oh, nice little flick. Fine, scraine. Oh, and a nasty one through Escanor's dome as well. Look like I believe you did catch Ace with some collateral damage through that shot. Then it kind of made it where the entire backline just kind of had to step away slow, tuck tail, and run. Little wall jump there. Deceptively difficult tech. Nice move from CentralApan. Just to give GP the slip there for a moment. Trying to see if they can move it into the back line. Little boop onto Akka. Knocks him out in the open. Really nicely played there from Opon. You end up getting a pair of kills here with 65% of the board. A late pick onto GP. That's going to be another 10 seconds before you get your wrecking ball back into this fight. And percentage will be at 85 some odd percent by then. Just spawning. Okay, 83% as GP comes back into this. Mines at the ready. We do make it back onto the point in time to start the OT. We drop out the presence and throw in a Kitsune Rush. Little spin off of one of the corners. Opon drops to the low ground, and the entirety of MewThree have been able to move on to the point. Dream might do a good job of just kind of kiting, waiting out the ultimates, and now they're able to counterpunch, slingshot back in with their own Kitsune Rush. Here comes Akka in with the Captain Sun, but Gucci cuts him out of the sky, and a sound barrier on the point will negate most of that damage. Slowdive has an overclock here to try to put the nail in the coffin. And lands the shots to do so. GP shields will fade. Dreamlight win a 3-2 banger here on New Junk City. It was looking rough. I mean, Dreamlight started off strong in the very first round, but MewThree were really taking control of the pace once we got in through, through bomb flats and then through junkyard. It felt like MewThree had so much control. I mean, a lot of space to work with in those 2 points. There's a lot of space for the wrecking ball to kind of get work done. But once we got more indoors, once we got into Ducks and Refinery, Apan and Dreamlight are able to isolate the ball more, able to keep scraine on the outside. We saw some early picks onto supports as well. I'm thinking of that good boot from Apan that knocks Akka out from behind the little container, the little vat there, right out into the open, makes for an easy pick into the rest of the team, and an opening pick onto the support. Really nicely played. So we will get a side swap and a Lucio ban out of MewThree as we head to Runasapi. Some stats there from map 2. Look really, really close. My goodness. Let's see. What are our total deaths? 14 and 18 will be 32. That's 40 deaths from MewThree. You're looking at 14, 22, 31, 37. So 3 fewer deaths for Dreamlight overall. I mean, they're really, really close. 37 to 40 in deaths. Very, very close. Look at Slow Dive. I mean, about 100 damage off of the 20 bomb there, the 20k. Head and shoulders, like, well above anybody else in the lobby. By a country mile. 7k above anybody else on your team. 5k above anybody else in the lobby, with GP being the only one that's even remotely close. Akka, actually. Akka, in the Yari, doing more damage than any DPS in the lobby, by the way. 13.3k damage out of the Yari. That's insane. More damage. I mean, silver damage in the lows. It's bronze damage. Bronze damage behind escanor. I mean, behind Slow Dive and GP. Was Akka in the Yari. Also had 21 elims as well. Very, very close map. I owe you a ban. What's our Dreamlight ban? Are you going to ban the ball out? You are going to ban the ball out. All right. So they held on to it for as long as they could, going into Runasapi. You can't hold on to that ball ban anymore. You got to get it out there. You know you're going to have escort to play next. So ball not as powerful in escort maps. Right, with Flashpoint already being picked, that also takes hybrid out of the map pool. Right, if escort had been picked for map 2, you would have either hybrid or Flashpoint to choose from for map 4. But alas, escort will be the only remaining game type for map 4, and we know ball is not particularly great on a whole lot of escort maps. So I love the ball ban here. It makes a lot of sense. Let's get into it. I don't have popcorn. I have leftovers from last night. I mean, is that acceptable? I wouldn't recommend throwing your chicken rice bake at your monitor. Nor would I recommend throwing eggs and chicken at your monitor. So, throwing popcorn at your monitor makes a lot more sense, right? I will say it's much easier to hurl when you're out of frustration. But you do you. You know what? You do you. We can't both be eating chicken? Can you both be chickens eating? I don't know. I don't even know where I was going with that. Thrill UK, I hope you're doing well also. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. All right, with the ball band out, GP will go into a Winton. We are going to get CentralApan Zarya for the first time today. Also, the Detta makes an appearance. So it's blender on light mode, right? You know, it's not like full on puree because you're not running double flex DPS. You do still have a hit scan in the mix, so it's like it's blender on light mode. You know, whatever. I don't know. Is there a light mode on blenders? I mean, that's just medium. And just enormous damage pressure. You eventually force CentralApan out. TommeX is able to build up halfway towards an opening Kitsu through that exchange. Ace is right there behind. We'll keep an eye on those ultimates. Also, GP and scraine with surprisingly high ult charge. Oh, and TommeX going down. And that might just spell disaster here for Dreamlight. So, minute 40 checkpoint picked up. MewThree now putting pressure towards Windows side. You're building up towards these opening round of ultimates here. Escanor will get the pulse online first. Focusing beam thrown down on the Opon. They're trying to back away. Rejuvenating wave. They're trying to keep him alive, but the stick is good. TommeX goes down at 98%, but Opon finds a critical trade onto GP. Just as the Primal was online as well. So still an opportunity here for Dreamlight to take this back. They're going to throw in the Tidal Blast. Oh, Akka tries to self-blast just to survive it, but they end up booped all the way out to the middle of the courtyard. Duplicate in from scraine to try to hold on to this fight. That won't work either. So two failing ultimates out of Dreamlight, excuse me, out of MewThree to try to turn this fight. Let's see if they continue to invest. They will. But it's going to be the Kitsu Primal combo now here from MewThree. A little bit of, I mean, that was a great juggle. Some problems there for Opon. Goldenpants goes into super fast, punchy mode. Putting the win in Winton. Ow! I just poured hot tea on myself. Damn it. You know, I've heard of hot mess, but this is ridiculous. When people call me a hot mess, I'm not quite sure this is what they were intending. Sorry. We'll lock in. We'll lock in. I know. Fuck it, I'm just a stuttering hot mess. Oh my god. You know, there's a grab. That was a grab of all time. Oh! The delivery on Akka. Poor Akka. Slow, Gucci plants the pulse onto GP, and GP just delivers it right into the face. It's like, hey, Akka, this is for you. Amazing. Escanor now with a pulse of their own. Let's see if they can do something equally as hilarious. All right, Peekaboo trying to reverse the tides of Dreamlight in this map, as you are down. Down a checkpoint. Oh, Escanor does land the stick. Leong lies pathetically on the battlefield. Slow dive at 1 health, easy pickings. GP sacrificing themselves to send the bot back the other direction. I gotta get easy pickings out of my vocabulary. I've started saying that too much now. Like, what? I haven't had a crush word in a little while, actually. I thought I was doing a pretty good job of getting rid of my crush words. That one's just kind of snuck in. The last one I dealt with before that was round the outside. I was saying on the outside or around the outside like a lot. Like I was Eminem or something. Nice little move from Gucci. He's able to take health back control. Continue rush exchanged over the objective. Peekaboo's pulse got canceled there, is what we heard. With the here goes. Ugh.
This ends now. Escorting the robot. Let's move.
Oh, good jump shot to find Akka. Oh, that must be the pulse y'all just saw. I had such an audible reaction to that. You and me both. You and me both, Sophie. You and me both. All right. I'm looking for this title blast. Get it online. You've got 3.5 minutes. It's going to take at least 2 fights. And, Rodfd is able to beat you to that ultimate. Aqua goes down, has to use the title blast on themselves, which means you're not able to use it to try to push corner. Escanor does drive Gucci away. Dreamlight able to get that precious checkpoint they needed so desperately. Really setting the pace there in that fight. The color swaps almost got me. Like for a split second, I was like, wait, oh yeah, we swapped sides. Primal Rage out of goldenpants. Ooh, you don't want to go leaping into a Kitsu. That's a dangerous prospect. Just everybody from Dreamlight piled up. Yep. Yeah, GB just jumped right in the middle of the Hornet's nest there. And, well, you see the results. That mistake will cost MewThree the lead. Oh, I say that. We are going to get a Kitsu Invest Sans tank just to protect said lead. Here comes GP back into the fight. What a well-timed Kitsune Rush. There was just over a meter remaining before Dreamlight stole away that yellow line of victory. Dropping it from above. This is going to be a dive bomb Hawk style right on top of slow diving the focusing beam to finish off the OC. Ultimate gaunt. D-Mech onto, it's just a duplicate here. Oh. Almost got a remake kill. That guy's such a fun hero. So both MewThree are continuing to find stagger picks here as we approach the 75-second mark. They've regained their own close spawns. Akka able to use the wave second, which forces back Dreamlight even further while they wait for cooldowns to return. Now, I will say Upon is taking this time to rotate up to the top window where they're going to try to join in the attack here, throw it in with the title blast. Good job from MewThree to kind of back around the corner, though, so there wasn't a whole lot of follow-up on the stun. And GP was simultaneously pushing back the rest with the primal. I can actually do Godzilla. I've actually done Godzilla karaoke. I can do Rap God, too. As well as Nat, but it's harder to find Nat. Nobody has Nat in karaoke. But it's a great song. I love that song. This is absolutely a Masters El Clasico. No doubts there. Kitsu thrown in here from TommeX. And Ace, for that matter. MewThree not really able to push their lead here thus far, but they have kept this fight all the way on the other side of the map. GP looking a little isolated. I think it's just waiting for a jump out. Nope, we're going to jump in. We were waiting for a title blast. That's what we're waiting on. You're able to hunt down Rodfd. Slow dive goes down. Stick lands Gucci. Once again trying to bail out Dreamlight here in a Twilight Hour move. Goes in but cannot finish off Ace. Ace gets the 2-piece to close out the map. MewThree with a 2-1 lead. 1 meter. Let's go. Hottest Sophie, if we ever get to hang out, we're doing it. We're gonna duo karaoke some Eminem. I love this plan. I love this plan. It's gonna be an Ayari band out of Dreamlight. They're attacking Akka in that backline. Akka, who outdamaged all of the DPS on New Junk City. We'll see if that held true on Runasapi as well. Of course, the ball ban already expended. How much damage did Akka do in that third map? Not nearly as dramatic a damage difference. GP getting focused down a lot more on that one. So we talked earlier at the top of the stream about what makes a good wrecking ball. I think being able to survive is usually a pretty tough metric, right? Like, can you get in and get value and get out? On the Winton, it's a little bit different, right? It's a little bit different. And so in here we do see GP leading the team in deaths, but also is able to get the value in, and you can see just where that lied. I mean, the damage output was insane, which leads to a lot of primal rages, right? Leads to a lot of map control. We saw several fights where GP would go down, but MewThree is still able to win out the fight. So a little bit different metric here that we're looking at for success, but success MewThree found. Let's get into map 4. Macho, hello, my friend. Good to see you. The defiant wrecking ball. That is golden pants. Yeah, see what I did there? See what I did there? Double entendre. Yeah, yeah. So we're actually getting, with the Tracer band, Gucci will match the Echo of Scraine. With the Ayari band out, Akka has moved into a Weon, so still able to just put out an enormous amount of damage. You gotta sense the ingress. As soon as you saw Escanor and Akka both dipping, you know, just split second later comes Oppon over the high ground. And Scraine finds a pick. GP is still lurking on that high ground, but with Scraine's opener, yeah, defense is going to be able to push back out. Yeah, Scraine going all the way back towards spawn. Oh, what a nasty shot. Pick'em is down. So far, defense has been flawless. Oppon kind of working up towards that right stairwell. It's an interesting place to try to push, but instantly just getting demeched because the defense is entrenched in this interesting little spot. Escanor does not make it out. I mean, you do lose Gucci, so you can't quite push immediately, but even just that one pick onto the hit scan should be enough. You can see Oppon and company are starting to work their way up. Slow dive. Oh, had a rail in the chamber, but couldn't connect. Excited for Minecraft? Wait, y'all are builders? Oh, I love building. I love building things. Have you seen my Grounded? Although it's been like a decade since I've played Minecraft. I love building things. Sound barrier and play here from Dreamlight. Ooh, one good headshot deserves another. TommeX will take ace out of the fight. Scraine does dupe a Lucio here. Are you gonna get an extra beat? The doppelganger beat? No chance. You ran into a sound barrier, and you tried to regroup with the rest of the team. I do like the minefield as you kind of split up the... You slowed down the attackers a little bit, but the timing was a little awkward. Right, we were talking yesterday about your 3 most important fundamentals of Overwatch are what? Timing, positioning, cooldown usage. And GP's timing was unusually off with that minefield. Maybe it was just a stall tactic. But here we see, like, now Kitsu tossed it from the high ground. GP trying to go roll in, get some value out of it. Pops the adaptive shields. It's a lot of cooldowns used. Now Slowdive trying to respond. Scraine able to get it over the top and find Peekaboo, find Gucci, that is. But does not make it out. So, trade onto the Echoes. And it's looking a little dicey here for Dreamlight, though. GP gets taken down. Slowdive does eventually fall. The roll through does take them out of the fight. And the defense will stabilize. They don't have their Wrecking Ball in play at the moment. With a 2-1 lead, MewThree are threatening a full cap. 15 seconds to go on this defense. Full hold, what I meant to say. Oh, trying to move in the top left side. Appan just ends up completely disconnected from the rest of the pack. Nobody even makes it to the cart. And a rough attack there for Dreamlight on Shambali. It just did not come together for him on that one.
Initiating match. Ready for battle.
Nice, Machu. Yeah, city builders. Hey, I mean, I'm old, man. You're talking an old school gamer. I used to play SimCity in school. Interesting little spot. That was kind of cool. Don't want to know how many thousands of hours I have on Minecraft. Yeah, I haven't touched Minecraft in a long time. But damn it, I made some cool stuff when I did. I was just talking about that last night, as a matter of fact. I built an elevator that was just insane. Like, that was an absolutely insane elevator. This is old, too. Like, just using pistons, and where you can make pistons go to single blocks so you can make them on-off switches. Anyway, Redstone's changed a lot since I've played some Minecraft. But the engineering in that game is amazing. Speaking of, let's put our brains to use here on this attack as we're trying to engineer us a victory here from MewThree. And Escanor, I mean, it's just chaos. Scraine's the only one that goes down on this attack. I mean, this Shambali has been just set by MewThree. We will not get the touch. GG's in chat. It was an anticlimactic victory here on Shambali Monastery. We'll give MewThree the dub. They'll move up to 11-3 here on the season. GG's. The exact 5,000 damage. There's something you don't see very often. Exactly 5,000 damage for Escanor. That's hilarious. That's good enough for gold damage. MewThree looking, I mean, very strong in this meta. I mean, still just kind of playing their own game, right? We even saw Dreamlight, which Dreamlight notoriously hasn't played a whole lot of the Zarya Vendetta, but we even saw them try to go into the metacomp to try to deal with MewThree, and just never quite found an answer. They were able to win a really scrappy New Junk City by winning that opening map. They won that opening map, the opening flashpoint, and then ensuring that MewThree had to win on both Ducks and Refinery, and those were the more enclosed flashpoints were the ones that Dreamlight were able to win on in that map. But past that, this was pretty much MewThree all day long. I mean, I feel like I need to give GP player of the match here. It's just so dominant. It just always requires an answer. Akka was outstanding though. Like I don't know. My next inclination was Akka in the Yari. I mean, to the point that you get in a Yari ban, right? And Akka goes into the Wuyong for this fourth map. But it was having such an impact that you actually end up having to ban out her main hero here. So, like, that's... I don't know. I'm almost inclined to give Akka your player of the match for that kind of impact from the backline. You know, because, GP obviously gets their laurels, and, I mean, just the damage output here is, I mean, it's pretty indicative. And again, this was on the Winton. This was on the Winton. I don't know. I'm kind of inclined to give player of the match to Akka today. There you go.